I will start from where I left off in the last part. In this part, I will model the goggles and the mouse and the teeth. So to start off, press tab to go to edit mode. As you can see, we have very few vertices to work with as we have started from a simple cube. In order to get more vertices, I need to apply the subdivision modifier from here, but I can't apply the subdivision modifier because it's the last in the modifier stack. In order to preserve the shape of the mesh, we need to apply the modifier stack in the same order as they are right now from top to bottom. So go to object mode by pressing tab, then press apply on the mirror modifier first, then apply on the subdivision modifier. Press tab to go to edit mode. As you can see now, there are a lot more vertices has been added. If I want to get the mirror modifier back, I can just simply go to wireframe and then press B for box select and select half of the vertices like that. Then press X and select vertices and that will delete half of it. Then add the mirror modifier again. Alright, as you can see here, in the arm, there are a lot more vertices added, more that we need. So in order to remove some of them, press 2 to go to edge select or press this toggle, then press Alt and select this edge loop, Alt Shift and hold and select these two as well, then press X, and instead of selecting edges, because that will delete the edges and everything connected to it, we need to dissolve edges from here and that will remove them. Okay, go to right orthographic view, then go to wireframe. I need 2 edge loops around the part of the reference here. Right now I have this edge loop. Press Ctrl R and add another edge loop around this part, then press 3 to go to face select, then press Alt and select one of those edges and it will select the whole loop of faces. Then press Shift D and that will duplicate this part of the mesh. Now press P to separate this part of the mesh and select selection. What will that do is that it will separate this part and make it a whole separate object. Select the new object, press tab to go to edit mode. We don't need these 2 vertices, so select them and delete them. Let's try and model the front part of the goggles. Press shift and right click right about here to put the 3D cursor in this place. Then press shift A and for mesh select circle. As you can see, the circle has 32 vertices and that is too much. We need to start with lower number of vertices as we are going to put a subdivision modifier anyway. So if we started with 32 and put a subdivision modifier, that will make it too much. Okay, so lower it down to something like 18, then press R, then X, and then 90. That will rotate it by 90 degrees. Then go to the right orthographic view, press R and rotate it to match with the reference. Then maybe press G and put it right here. Then press S and scale it down until it matches with the scale of the reference. Press tab to go to edit mode. Now press E, that will extrude a new loop. Press Z and that will lock it on the Z axis. Press Z one more time and that will respect the normals of the object itself. Alright, put it around here. Then press E again, Z, Z and put it here. Now press E and that will extrude another part. But instead of pulling it out, press escape and that will snap it back to its original position. Now make sure that this is in medium point, then press S and that will scale it from the middle of the selection, like that. Now press E one more time, Z, Z and pull it back like that. Okay, let's do the same thing for the part in the back. Let's add some detail in this part as in the reference. Maybe select this edge loop and pull it back by pressing GG and slide it back a little. Then press 3 for face select, press Alt and select this loop of faces. Alt Shift and hold and select this loop of faces as well. Now what we need to do is extrude this faces to the inside. If you just press E, that will extrude all the faces to one direction. I need to extrude them respecting the normals of every face that I have selected. So to do that, press Alt E and that will get you the extrude menu and choose extrude faces along normals. And that will extrude each face along its normals and I can just pull it inside like that and that will be similar to the reference behind. Okay, right now I need to add a subdivision modifier, so go to the modifiers tab and add a subdivision modifier. Press right click and change smooth. Alright, maybe scale it up a little. Press tab to go to edit mode. Let's extrude out these buttons here. Make sure that you are on face select. Press Alt A to deselect everything. Press Alt and select this loop of faces. Now if you go to select here, you will see an option called checker deselect. Select that. That will remove some of the faces and will make the selection like that. Now press I to insert these faces inside. Make it about here. Then press Alt E and extrude faces along normals and pull it out like that. Let's add an edge loop here to support these edges and another one right here like that. Okay, let's add the lens of the goggles. Press tab to go to edit mode. Press 1 for vertex select. Select this loop of vertices. If you want to see the vertices better, press this toggle and that will make the vertices respect the smoothness of the shape. Alright, press E and that will extrude out another loop. Press escape and that will snap it back to its original position. Now press S and that will scale it inwards like that. Press E again, escape and S one more time. Then press F on your keyboard and that will fill the face in the middle like that. Okay, press Ctrl and the plus sign on your keyboard and that will grow your selection until you have these vertices selected. Now press P on your keyboard and that will get you the separate options. Select the selection option and that will separate the selection that you have to a new object. Right now I have this part in a new object, but as you can see the origin point is respecting the old origin point of the object that it was attached to. If you want to reset the origin point to the new object that we have here, press right click, set origin, and then origin to geometry, and that will put the origin point in the middle. Press tab to go to edit mode. Press 3 for face select and select the middle part. Go to right orthographic view. Now press O to enable proportional editing. Then press G, then Z, then Z one more time to respect the normal of the face. Then pull it away like that. Use the scroll button to increase the circle of influence like that and pull it out to match the reference behind. Let's try and model this part of the reference, the extrusion that is coming out of the body and going inside of the goggles. So let's select the goggles and press H to hide them for now. Select the body, then press tab to go to edit mode. What I need to do is make this selection of vertices and turn them into a circle. So to do that, I first need to apply the mirror modifier one more time. So apply it, then press right click and from the loop tools select circle. In the last part we have enabled an add-on called loop tools. Now go to the right orthographic view, pull this part out like that, maybe make it a little smaller by pressing S. Press tab to go to object mode, press Alt H to bring back the goggles. Select the body, then go to edit mode. Now press E and that will extrude out this part. Now press S to scale it down like that. I think it looks good enough. Right now the straps are going inside of the model, so let's try and fix that. Go to edit mode, press Z and go to wireframe. Select these vertices and pull them out like that. Maybe these ones as well. Let's try and model this part of the goggles, the hinge part. Press tab to go to edit mode. Select these two vertices and pull them towards the front part like that. Make sure to rotate around the object to see it from all directions. Then press Ctrl R around here to add an edge loop. Okay, maybe move this one closer to the body like that. Now press Shift and right click and that will put this 3D cursor in this position. Press Shift A and add in a cube. Scale this one down like that. Go to the right orthographic view, then go to wireframe. Rotate it. Maybe scale it on the Z axis. Press Z 2 times to respect the local axis of the cube. Scale it out. Alright, now add in a subdivision modifier. Maybe pull this one out on the X axis like that. Shade smooth. Add a loop here. And add another one around here. Maybe put 2 in the middle. Press S, Z, and Z one more time. And scale them in like that. Now press Alt E and extrude them along normals. so we can add a little detail in the middle. Okay, press Ctrl R and add a supporting edge here, a supporting edge, and add 2 edge loops in the middle here. Maybe scale them out like that. Let's try and match the scale. So press S. Instead of just scale it like that, because the Z axis is fine. If I want to remove one axis from the equation, I can press S, then press Shift Z, and that will remove the Z axis, and I will only scale on the X and Y axis. If I press Shift Z one more time, that will respect the local axis of the cube, and that will make it bigger in this direction, like that. Let's try and mirror this part to the other side. So put in a mirror modifier, move it to the top of the modifier stack. As you can see now, it's mirroring, but they are on top of each other. I need it to mirror to the other side here. Right now it's mirroring along the origin point of the object itself. If I want to change the origin point that the mirror modifier is mirroring along, I can use this mirror object option and select this and select the cube of the body, and that will respect the origin point of the body instead of the origin point of this part. Okay, but as you can see now, this front part is not exactly in the middle, so let's just move it on the x-axis like that. Let's try and model the mouse shape. So press tab to go to edit mode and go to the wireframe. I need 2 edge loops for the top of the mouse and the bottom of the mouse. I have this edge loop here that I can use for the bottom of the mouse. Press GG and that will slide it down like that. Maybe select this one and pull it up by pressing GG as well. Then maybe push it inwards like that. I need another edge loop for the top of the mouse, so press Ctrl R and add another one here. Select this one and slide it like that. Maybe put this one around here as well. Let's apply the mirror modifier so we can work with both sides. Select the face select option, press this face, shift and select the other one. Go to wireframe and move to the right orthographic view, press E and extrude it in like that to around here. Now press X and select faces, press 1 for vertex select, Alt and select the loop of vertices here. Go back to the right view, now press E, press escape to snap it back to its original position. This time scale it out by pressing S and move them back like that. But as you can see, it's scaled out of the body, so press S and X to scale it inside again. Go back to the right view, extrude, scale on the Z axis, extrude again, scale like that on the Z axis as well. One more time. This time scale them in all directions. Go back to right view and start rotating it like that. Then extrude it down like that. Alright, let's add in a subdivision modifier. Okay, let's add in a tongue very quickly. Press Shift and right click to add the 3D cursor in this position. Press Shift A, from mesh select cube, scale it down like that. Maybe move it up a little, scale them on the Z axis, move it on the Y axis like that. Maybe scale it on the X axis and also on the Y axis. Go back to right view, go to edit mode. Let's add some edge loops. Add one around here, pull it down like that. Select these vertices and pull them back around here. Alright, let's add in a subdivision modifier. Press right click and shade smooth. Okay, select the front vertices and scale them on the X axis like that. Maybe pull them down a little. Alright, let's add an edge loop and support the back vertices like that. Maybe scale them on the X axis a little like that. Okay, perfect. Let's move on to the teeth. Press Shift and right click and put the 3D cursor around here. Press Shift A and add in a cube. Press S, scale it down. Maybe scale it on the Y axis. Okay, let's add in a subdivision modifier. Press Tab, Ctrl R. Let's try and match with the reference. Shift D and duplicate it. Okay, Shift D again and duplicate it one more time. select these cubes, Shift D, X, and duplicate them to the other side. Alright, then select all of them, press Ctrl J, and that will join all these cubes to one object. Alright, press Shift D and duplicate them on the Z axis, press Ctrl M, and that will mirror them. Right now we need to select an axis, so press Z, and that will mirror them on the Z axis. Alright, let's pull it up until it's touching with the top teeth like that. Select both of them. Okay, press Tab to go to edit mode. Go to the wireframe and select the middle vertices like that. Press O to go to proportional editing. Press G, then Y, and start curving them like that. Make the circle of influence bigger so you are influencing all the teeth like that. Maybe select these vertices and scale them. Make the circle a little smaller and scale them on the x-axis like that until you have a curved shape like that. Okay, pull them back in the mouse. Okay, now let's try and match this part of the reference. Select the body and go to edit mode. Go to wireframe and select these vertices and pull them out a little like that. Let's add an edge loop here and select this vertex and pull it out like that. Let's mirror these two objects, the gloves and the shoes, to the other side. So select one of them and put in a mirror modifier. Press this arrow to put it on the top. Select this eyedropper and select the cube as the mirror object. Do the same thing with the gloves. Mirror, eyedrop, cube, and put it above the subdivision modifier like that. Maybe also let's pull the gloves up a little like that. And to make this part a little more relaxed, let's just select this edge loop and pull it back like that. And this one back like that. To finish up, to apply all the changes that I've made here, I want to mirror them on the other side. Let's add back the mirror modifier to the body. So select half of the shape, press X, vertices, then add in a mirror modifier and pull it up. Let's make some changes to the body and make them matching with the reference a little. Let's look from the side view and also make some changes here. Make sure to select the straps and the body as well, so you can edit them together. If you press Tab, you will go to edit mode in the two objects at the same time and pull them back like that. That's it for part 2. I will continue modeling the character in the next part. I hope you found this part useful. If you did, don't forget to like and share this series with anyone who can benefit from it. Also, subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified as soon as the new part is uploaded. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.